hello, welcome to the mini class series, 7 Steps to Regain Control Over Your Money. I'm Millen Livis, your financial empowerment mentor. So welcome, ladies and gents, to the mini class. And today we are going to cover our last step in this series. And I'm going to talk about this step in a minute. Let me just make sure that Facebook propagated this live. Hold on one second. Let's just make sure that more people have opportunity to know that we're doing this. And here we're gonna do that. And okay, so now we're ready to continue. All right, so I'm uh-oh. Oops, something happened. Anyway, so let me mention that today is the 7th step. So if you want to go over step 1 through 6, I encourage you to either read about this material on my blog. It's daretochange.live.com blog. You can see all 7 steps in a form of article, or you can watch these videos, the whole series of these videos, on my YouTube channel. It's the name of the channel is Millen Livis Channel Wealth. Okay, so again, you have options either to read about this series of articles or to watch them. So now we are ready to jump into today's class, and the 7th step to regain control over your money is be strategic about your money. Be strategic. So I can tell you that many people really work hard to make more money. And I'm sure that you're one of these people, right? So we all want to make more money. However, a lot of people who work really hard to make more money don't make time to make money work for them. Don't make time to manage their money so they could maximize the results of the money that they have. And that's very sad, because you may work hard and yet your money will not work for you. So that's the idea of this step, being strategic about your money. So if you're ready, let's begin. There are 4 aspects that I want to cover today about being strategic with your money, because it's a mini class, so obviously I cannot cover a lot of material, which I do in my full-blown classes, trainings and programs. So, but today I will give you a very good snapshot of what is important when it comes to being strategic about your money. So the first aspect of being strategic is diversifying your investments so you maximize the results. Because to grow your money, you've got to invest your money, right? So to grow your money, you've got to invest your money. And with every investment, risk is involved. And I'm sure you're aware of this. So diversification helps you to manage this risk. It's one aspect of risk management. And when I talk about diversification, I want to share with you a personal story. Maybe it will help you to see the degree of importance to diversify your investments. When I was young, eager, and not experienced, I wanted to grow my money really quick. Over time would be the ideal. And at that time, I was working for brokerage company that was a successful company, and I felt that I believed in this company. So when we as an employee had an opportunity to invest in our retirement accounts, I had option to diversify my investments and invest in different funds and different stocks. And yet I chose to invest in this one company. So all my investments, while I was working for this particular company, all my investments were invested in this one stock. Guess what? When market crashed in 2008, so was my investment in this stock, which was all my entire retirement portfolio with this employer was invested in this stock. So it was devastating. Another example was when I felt that I was excited about investing in real estate, and I thought that I'm diversifying because now I'm investing in real estate, not only stock market. So at this time, real estate market was very hot in the US, 2005, 2006. So I invested a lot of in a lot of properties in Florida in almost one location. And guess what happened when the real estate market crashed? All my properties were concentrated. So what I'm talking about is diversifying your investment as a risk management strategy, so you will maximize the results from your investments. And ideally, I would like to see that you consider diversifying across at least 4 main asset classes: cash, stocks or shares, bonds, and real estate. So again, when I say diversify, what I mean is when you, for example, when you invest in the stock market, don't invest in the same industry. Because some people may say, you know, I like technology stocks, so I invest in technology. But you know, when industry goes down, even the best of the companies go down with the trend. So don't invest in the same industry when you invest in the stock market. Don't invest in the bonds that have the same date of maturity. So create what called a bond ladder, so different maturity dates for your bonds. And when it comes to real estate, as I shared with you my story, don't invest in the same location, right? Diversify across, or if you invest only in commercial, maybe diversify between different types of real estate properties, and don't invest all your properties in the same location. So with this being said, so the bottom line is don't put all your eggs in the same basket, okay? However, don't go to another extreme, because I met a lot of people who are so afraid to invest because they were burned in the past, and you know, they lost a lot of money. So they keep their money, they keep all their money in CD, certified deposit accounts, or in just saving accounts that pay peanuts, or money market accounts that also don't pay anything these days, right? So the danger of this safe investments is that over time, taxes and inflation will eat out a big, or eat up big portion of your money, right? So your money should grow, it should work for you. And when I say grow, work for you, I mean that money should be invested so you have a growing return on your investment. And so don't go into the opposite direction when you don't, when you're so afraid to invest that you keep your money so safe that they pretty much don't work for you at all. And as you know, all investments have a trade-off, right? So ideally, you will not invest all money into high risk investments, that you will diversify across different investment level of risk. And but this is a very big topic, and I cannot cover this in this mini class. Again, I do that in my investment programs, stock market investing and real estate investing. So if you're interested, send me message, and I would be happy to discuss with you what would be the best opportunity for you to invest your money strategically. Okay, so the next aspect, and there are a few other aspects of risk management. Like I said, don't think that diversification is the only way to manage your risk, but again, within the scope of this training, I will not cover it right now. So the second aspect of being strategic about your money is taking advantage of deferred tax accounts. So many countries, I know that in the US and in Canada, in England, they offer retirement accounts where you don't pay tax on the money that you contribute toward these accounts. And I think, personally, I think it's a good idea because your money will grow faster when you invest money that you don't have to pay tax on, because you can invest more. So many companies these days, I don't know, it may not pertain to you, but many companies offer matching contributions. So whatever you contribute, they match this. I hope you definitely take advantage of this if that's the case. And the same pertains to so I'm talking about, in this case, I'm talking about 401k account or 403b account, and your regular retirement, tax-deferred retirement accounts. And even if your employer does not match your contribution, I still feel it's a good idea to put money into tax-deferred account, because your money will work faster for you. And if you invest in tax-deferred account, make sure that you know what you invest in, and diversify within this this account as well. Because I know that some people feel that, you know, we chose one fund, for example, one mutual fund in the retirement account, and they stay with this. Monitor the performance of these funds and reallocate your money sometimes. So again, diversify across different funds that are available within your retirement deferred tax account. It could be, again, it could be IRA, 401k, 403b, whatever accounts for your country pertinent to tax deferred accounts. Consider those, and make sure that you know what you invest inside, and monitor and reallocate maybe across different available funds, and see performance of these funds, etc. Don't just put your money and forget about this. Okay, so that was the second aspect of being strategic about your money. Let's talk about the next one. Next aspect of being strategic is using insurance to protect yourself, your family, and your money. Life happens to all of us. Unexpected emergency, health emergency, car accident, home accident, whatever it might be for you. So it's, or sometimes lawsuit. You've got to have some level of protection via insurance. And the bottom line is that your insurance coverage should cover the most the highest possible damage that you may experience. So especially if you have people who depend on your income, it's very important to have a long-term disability insurance, car insurance. I was recently in a car accident. Thankfully, I have a car insurance. I have a home insurance, because if we have some damage to the house due to hurricane or God forbid fire or whatever, so we have insurance for that. So just make sure that you protect unexpected circumstances, right, that you cannot predict. And if you want to minimize the amount that you have to pay toward your insurance, you can choose to have less payment toward your premium, but pay higher deductible, meaning that when something happens and you file the claim, you will pay higher deductible. But if probability of this is not high, then it makes sense to have lower premium payments and only pay higher deductible if you have to file the claim, and insurance will help you cover your expenses. And when you choose insurance company, make sure that it's a reliable company, that they've been in business for a long time, and also check how they pay money when the claims are filed. So this is also important aspect of the insurance. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. I would love to answer them, and toward the end of this class. But in the meantime, let me continue with the third, actually it's a fourth aspect that I'm covering today. The fourth aspect of being strategic about your money is planning your financial legacy. Planning your financial legacy, because you want to, especially if you have children or if you have causes that you care about, you want to direct your funds, your assets, your personal items, your properties, your personal items to the way you want to use them, right? You don't want someone, especially officials from the local government, decide how to deal with your money. So the way to do it is the way to direct how you want your funds, your properties, your personal items to be distributed. The way to do it is through a will or through a trust. So a will or and a trust are the legal documents that you prepare where you specify who do you want to be your beneficiary, who will inherit this your assets, and it could be more than one. And also you specify the executor in case of will, or trustee in case of trust, that will execute your desire in terms of your assets distribution. And you can have alternative executor, and you can have alternative trustee, and you can have more than one beneficiary. So it's just a very wise way to plan your financial legacy. And frankly, to prepare this will and even trust, it's not really that difficult. When I decided to do that, I absolutely didn't have much money. I had some personal items that were important. So I felt that I wanted to have a trust. And I researched and prepared. My first trust was prepared by me without any legal help. And then eventually, when I started, when my business took off and I started having more assets, etc., then I hired a professional who was using my trust as an original trust, and just modified this and created some amended version of this trust. So it's a very good idea, because if you don't do that, at least I may not know how it works in your company, in your country, but in the United States, it would be the state that will decide how to distribute your assets based on local laws. And this is the least thing that you want to have, right? So I think that's what I wanted to cover today. So let me know if you have questions. Let me see if we have anyone who... So ladies and gents, let me know if you have questions, because if you don't, I want to remind you that you still can take advantage of my free masterclass called Financial Fitness Masterclass that I offered this week. This masterclass is offered free once a week, and today we just released the second training video. So the way to register for this masterclass, so you will start getting access to this training videos, is through daretochange.life.com/financial fitness masterclass. I will post the link to this masterclass in the description of this video, so you can, like I said, you can take advantage of this. And if you have questions, please post them below this video. I would be happy to answer them. And I'll see you next week. I will decide what topic we're gonna discuss, but I will definitely talk about something money and wealth related and financial, creating financial independence related topic next week. Okay, so I will see you next week, the same place, the same time. And until then, to your health, wealth, and freedom.